Namaskar, Sat Sri Akal, Adab. This is 1 by 12 Mandi Sir, Ek Batta Bara Mandi Sir. A sir, a guru by the students, for the students, and of the students. Sabko Siksha, Sahi Siksha, Sara Siksha. Excellent education to everybody. Everybody. बेच बेच के सीखो सिखाई बेच के सीखो बेचो सीखो बेचो. Welcome to Mandi Sir Audio PPTs. Topic for this audio is Student Study Startups. Student Study Startups. Welcome. Concept of startups is nothing new. There are many startups are being created, but startups by students is something new. AICTE, All India Council for Technical Education, in 2016 launched a policy called Startup Policy for Students. Most of the educational institutions are not implementing this kind of a policy measure. It's unfortunate, but Ek Batta Bara Mandi Sir, 1 by 12 Mandi Sir, started this scheme long back. There are many companies which Mandis are made part of the teaching. Cashify is one company, Wow is other company, there are Lol10 is one more company. There are many companies are there. All college going students face problems, and these are serious problems. These serious problems completely decide the fate and the future of these college going students. They are so serious that they need to be addressed. Unfortunately, current educational system just pays no attention to these problems. Student study startups are designed to address these problems in total. The problems are: the problem one, fees goes out and return not. It's normal that all college education requires a student to remit fees. Whether it will come back in value, how early it will come back, how much it will come back, where it will come back is big question mark. It's natural, and it seemed to be natural. Actually, it is made to be natural. Why? Why not the fees which is gone cannot come back instantaneously? तत्काल में वापस क्यों नहीं आता है? It can be. 1 by 12 Mandi Sir uses student study startups to completely reverse this problem into an opportunity. Problem 2. Learning efforts are wasted. There are many efforts, there is many talent, much of the time is being devoted by the millions and billions of students as they go to college. Every college going student in general devotes time, effort, skill for learning. Is all this converted, encashed, converted into value so that a student can get it back? No, rarely it is. All that is used as an input for learning, but it is not encashed. All that is not converted and encashed just gets drained. 1 by 12 Mandi Sir's focus is how to convert and cash all these efforts into a real value. Student study startups are the tools which can convert all of it into value in real time. Problem 3. Learning is really painful. Academic learning seems to be out of taste with Gen Y students. They feel it is teasing. This is a normal kind of thing. Completely a different generation, which they want different learning method. Student study startups is the best antidote to convert painful learning into pleasurable and most exciting. Fourth problem. Education is turning out employees alone. It is made that education creates employees, turns out employees. This is again a problem, a social problem created. 1 by 12 Montessori uses the tool of student study startups to convert this problem into an opportunity where most educated emerge as most enterprising people. What is a student study startup? Is it different from a startup done by others? There are variations. There are certain unique features which make a student study startup. Most of the startups are started by youth who completed that studies. You ask any young man, after studies, I'll start an enterprise. This is usually an answer. But here, the startup is started by an young man who is a student. Not only is a student, but this young an young student is starting the startup exclusively for a specific purpose. The purpose is better studies. A student's primary responsibility is to study well. Here, a startup is being used by the academic system to make a student to learn better. One more important feature about student startup is this. The student startups are being done as part and parcel of regular academic studies. They are not extracurricular. They are not outside the educational system. They are part and parcel of classroom curriculum. What it means? It means the students working on startups is being considered as a learning. It is counted, it is being assessed, and students are being given scholastic grade, academic grade based upon how much the learning they could make it. The company like Cashify, Mandeep Manocha has done a student project called Reglobe. It is done part of regular studies. The Laltan, Mandeep Manit Gohi again started this as a project for entrepreneurship development practicum. Both got their grade out of their companies. The beauty about student study startup is that startup is only a tool. It can be used for enhancing the profits, wealth. The same tool can also be used to enhance one's curricular learning. Conventional tool like startup being used by 1 by 12 Mandisar for enhancing academic excellence. The beauty is that for using the startup, every student is eligible and every student invariably emerges excellent on the route, on the path of student startup. Student startups can be interpreted very uniquely. 1 by 12 Mandi sir gives very different interpretation for the study startups. It's like this. Profit making power of capitalism is harnessed. Profit making power of capitalism is harnessed to fulfill, to address the students' problems. This is the way how a typical student study startups must be understood. Every graduate will dream to become a servant to a capitalist in future. And capitalists and capitalism try to make use of the skill of a graduate to enhance its profits. If a student, a graduate in future is going to enhance the profits of a capitalist, why not such a student try to use one's skills to solve one's own problems as a student he is facing? There are a number of problems a student faces. That too, essentially a student's face is economic problem. Fees is gone, it doesn't come back. Why not? A lot of student loans are being taken. Why not the student loans can be repaid by a student by using the one's ability of profit making power to solve one's own problems. This is a new interpretation by 1/12 Mandi sir for study startups, make them very, very interesting for any student. A student startup and also a startup belonging to entrepreneurship world are two different things. In case of a startup coming from an entrepreneurship world, the whole jargon is venture capital made, round one and round two investments that are being made, valuations which are achieved, business model so far experimented, etc. and etc. When it comes to the student study startups, the understanding and methodology is very, very different. A student is loaded with lots and lots of information. The necessity is to convert the information into knowledge by application. How much the information is being applied as part of a startup, and in this process of information application and conversion into knowledge, how many skills are being practiced, the range of skills being practiced by a student, it becomes paramount. Further, in the process of development of knowledge and also practice of skills, what kind of attitudes and values are being demonstrated by a student so that a full-fledged individual a student emerges. Knowledge, skills, attitudes, and values are the ways through which a student startup is being looked at. And all this process, a student will be assessed of how much of process he went through, how many milestones one could achieve, what kind of outcomes one has achieved. All this can become part of scholastic assessment of a student startup. There is no need to change anything in the existing curriculum. 30%, 40%, 50% internal assessments can be used as an opportunity to assess a student startup. There is no change whatsoever required. It's only a will to do by the faculty members is required for the success of student startup. It is very, very important to note what is a student startup is not. It's very important to note. A student startup is not to turn out enterprises, successful enterprises. No, it is not. A student startup is not also to turn up entrepreneurs. It is normal to pose a question saying that how many of your students have turned out into entrepreneurs? It's a very curious question, but it's absolutely wrong question to be posed. The student startups are not meant to scale up and make profits also. The purpose of student startups is unique and pious and very, very exclusive. 1/12 Mandi Sir believes that the student startups purpose is to turn out every educated person as most enterprising person. Why not? If every educated person becomes an enterprising person, automatically what all the questions which are being said no turn out to be yes in future. This must be understood. Let it be reiterated. The purpose of student startups is unique and very, very innovative. Student startups are a tools to enable excellent learning to all, to everybody. The socio-economic background, the caste, the economic status, the gender, all these factors should and must become irrelevant to make a student's learning. The only factor must relate for excellence in learning is student startups. The purpose of student startups is to make learning inspiring, complete transcendence of students into a different kind of individual, and it is to turn out every individual enterprise. सबको शिक्षा, सही शिक्षा, सारा शिक्षा. This is the real and important purpose of startups. Startups are natural to Gen Y students. Actually, conventional pedagogical models, reading, writing is not suitable for Gen Y students. Welcome to Study Startups. Students study startups. 1/12 Mandi Sir is proud to introduce Study Startups. Jai Ho Study Startups. Jai Jai Ho Student Study Startups. Cashify, a second-hand electronic gadgets enterprise. Mandeep Manocha started this as a student project, Reglobe. At that time, we know that he will become an entrepreneur. But our purpose is best learning. Wow! Enhancing alumni relationships. A company by Paresh Masade. An amazing startup. 1/12 Mandi Sir knows very well that this gentleman will become an entrepreneur. But the purpose for which the company started was to make Masade an enterprising individual. Mandi Sir was successful. Laltan, Mandeep Maneet Gohil, not Mandeep. Maneet Gohil. At that time, it was a college project, an enterprising project. But the purpose is entrepreneurial learning. Maneet Gohil has become worldwide greatest entrepreneur again. 30 under 30 Forbes listed entrepreneur. Our idea is to create enterprising individuals. AICTE startup policy we implement completely. This is what is required to solve the problem of education. Hami Malik. Hami Malik. सबको शिक्षा, सही शिक्षा, सारा शिक्षा. सबको शिक्षा, सही शिक्षा, सारा शिक्षा. पढ़ाई की खर्चा पढ़ाई में, पढ़ाई से पढ़ाई के लिए निकालना. చదువు ఖర్చు చదువులో చదువుతో चదువుతూనే తీయాలి. शिक्षणाचा खर्च शिक्षणामध्ये, शिक्षणासाठी शिक्षण करीत कमवा. Welcome to all of you to Student Study Startups. A grand welcome to you all. Let us make education excellent. पढ़ाई को बेहतर बनाएंगे. सबको शिक्षा, सही शिक्षा, सारा शिक्षा बनाएंगे. Contact 1/12 मंडी सर, महामंडी स्टूडेंट स्टार्टअप्स, 1/12 मंडी सर. Thank you very much for your time. Do share about the video. Do speak about this video. Either you like or hate the video. Hate Mandi sir, 1/12 Mandi sir. Thank you very much once again. See you. Bye.